is the mayor's first veto of his still relatively new term, and he says this measure, creating buffer zones around schools, is, as you mentioned, overly broad and could end up trampling on protests over issues like immigration and conflicts overseas. The school buffer zone law the mayor vetoed would have allowed police to create a security perimeter around schools during protests. At the same time, the mayor is allowing another bill that would create buffer zones around places of worship in the city to become law, though he had fewer options, with the religious bill carrying a veto-proof majority from the city council. I pressed the mayor about why he made the split decision. He told me the religious buffer zone bill is more narrow and does not trample on the First Amendment, whereas the school buffer zone bill
defines educational institutions in such a broad manner that it includes museums, libraries, teaching hospitals, things of that nature, which is part of the reason why nearly a dozen unions raised the alarm in opposition to this legislation alongside reproductive rights groups and immigrant advocates, amongst other New Yorkers.
On this week's episode of Picks on Politics, City Council Speaker Julie Menin says she and the majority of the City Council disagree with the mayor. Menin says the law is part of a broader attempt to protect Jewish New Yorkers in particular, who are targeted by 53% of hate crimes in the city.
We absolutely want to make sure to protect the right to protest, and I think this bill achieved that balance, again, by in no way penalizing protests, but really just saying to the NYPD, if students are being intimidated or harassed or injured, then there should be a perimeter that provides safe access.
The speaker says she will meet with her fellow council members and find out if they can modify this way that they find satisfactory and maybe work with the mayor on a more narrow version of the bill. Dan asked her repeatedly about this during that interview. There you can see the full interview coming up on Picks on Politics, including a larger discussion about the budget and other major city issues. Shirley.